Well, all right, people, I couldn't help but laugh at this, but Vince McMahon is now back in WWE. This is just too funny, guys. I mean, he gets fired 5 months ago and now he's back. Like, what the fuck is going on in this company to have this happen? Who the fuck knows? But it's just a cluster. And everybody on the internet thinking that they know what's best for WWE is just fucking retarded. I mean, if you want to go and tell a billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar company what to do, go ahead. But I mean, you could look at it from your perspective, and this is something when you're watching WWE like I did back in the day when I was a loser watching, killing my brain cells watching this awful shit. You kind of get into the mindset of, what's best for the IWC, but you don't realize that the IWC only makes up a small percentage of the viewership or the revenue that WWE makes. And when you're looking at a company from a Vince McMahon perspective, I mean, you could argue WWE got worse, the product sucked, but at the same time, the company was still making more money than ever with him in charge, even when the product sucked, even in the shitty ass John Cena days, even though everybody sucks John Cena's cock nowadays. There were those same people 5 or 10 years ago were saying he was the worst wrestler ever. Now everybody loves him. There's again the hypocrisy of the internet wrestling community. But you gotta look at it from the perspective of not what's best for the IWC, but they're a company. They're there to make money, and they've been very successful. I mean, Vince McMahon is the most successful wrestling executive ever. I mean, he's done great things. You could argue he lost touch, and he's getting older and he's not as good as he once was. But again, he made the company, even after the Attitude Era, even after the Ruthless Aggression Era, he made the company more money than that has ever been made by the company. I mean, the network was a big success. That made the company big. The TV rights deals, the sponsorships. Again, all of that alienated the IWC, especially the PG content and the politically correct content, alienated the IWC, but at the same time opened up WWE to all these other revenue streams. And again, from my perspective, I don't like that. But it's not about me. Everybody in the IWC thinks it's about them. Thinks it's, and again, these are the same people. Again, it makes no sense. Whenever Vince McMahon would come out, he would get a huge pop from the crowd. Even at, shows that had some hardcore wrestling fans at it, he would always get a big pop. Again, it doesn't make any sense. The IWC contradicts themselves a lot. They're the vocal minority. That's what they are. And like I've been saying, I've realized that a lot of them are losers. Because as I grow older, as I grow into my mid-20s, when I was watching this product, I was a younger version of myself. And again, as I grow older and you get more responsibilities and you actually come into the real world, you realize you have a job. You have responsibilities in life. Who the fuck has time to devote themselves not only to watching hours upon hours of this mindless content a day, but at the same time, if you got a Twitter or YouTube, whatever, you gotta, you interact with all these losers on the internet as well. And again, I've come to the conclusion that if you have that time to do that, you're a loser. The average person out there that has a decent job, that has a family, kids, responsibilities, bills to pay, not gonna fuck around with wrestling. I mean, no woman's gonna respect a man that spends hours upon hours of their week online watching wrestling. It just is what it is, people. And again, the more I get older, the more I realize this. And it's cool to spend a little bit of time doing it, but hours? No, that's fucked up. Like, the more I grow and mature, I guess you want to say, the more I realize that how the fuck can you spend 3 hours a day watching this shit? Again, if you're in middle school, high school, even college, okay, maybe, but as you get older, no, it's a waste of time. It's not like a show that you watch on TV where you got 13 episodes a year to watch. No, this is mindless content streaming into your brain nonstop. And like I said, the IWC is so up in arms with Vince McMahon. All these articles online about how bad he is, how shitty he is. But again, he took the company to heights it never seen before, people. Everybody loves to suck Triple H's dick. I don't have anything against Triple H. But again, all these people sitting from the outside think they know what's best for not only WWE, but for their finances and the good of the company. Again, you're not a CEO, people. Stop trying to tell $1 billion company what's best for them. Like, if they think Vince McMahon is good, then they're going to go with Vince McMahon. Do I like everything that he's done? No, but again, it's not all about me. They're trying to make money. That's what a company does at the end of the day, people. They try to make money. They don't try to appease the small minority of mindless wrestling fans on the internet. I'm not taking any sides here. I'm just saying it is what it is. Like, this is what companies do. You know, if a company did everything they could to make their fans happy, they wouldn't make any money, or their customers happy, they wouldn't make any money. I would love to have Amazon Prime for free. That would be great. I would love everything that Amazon did to be better, but the reality is they got to make money, people. I mean, you could use any company. I bought a fucking coffee from Tim Hortons. I would love this coffee to be $1, but it's not. It's a couple, because they got to make money. You know, like, not everything is to make that a company does is to make you happy. It's an equal value of exchange, people. So, I mean, that's basically my thoughts on this. And then again, I don't trust any of these articles that come from these hack wrestling websites / reporters or whatever the fuck you want to call them, saying, oh, you know, the employees are upset with Vince McMahon, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Rumors. I mean, I could not tell you how many of these rumors end up being false and have no evidence to back them up. Don't listen to them, people. Again, here's the IWC again being fucking morons, believing every little rumor that they hear online. A lot of them end up being false. Example, after Vince McMahon, it was announced, is coming back, they're sold to Saudi Arabia now. False. It was not true, people. I mean, you cannot believe any of these rumors. I mean, but people, you know, still eat them up like they're truth. I mean, you could look through all Dave Meltzer and all these people, like, don't believe what they say. I mean, some of them might be true, who the fuck knows, but a lot of times they turn out to be false. So, I mean, again, wrestling is, the more I grew older, the more I realized that wrestling is not for the average person to watch. It's not like a show out there that you spend 13 episodes or just even a Netflix movie. Like, no, you got to invest time, like all this time to watch it. And I'm just like, how the fuck does somebody do this? I look back again at my life and I'm disappointed in myself. I'm almost embarrassed at myself that I watched all this content. And I've really toned back in my life from wrestling. And I'm very proud of myself for that. I'll keep in tune with what's happening because, you know, I did watch it in the past, but I'm not going to devote my life to it anymore. I mean, like I said, I don't get how people devote so much of their life to just one thing, a fake wrestling show. So there you go, people. Let me know what you think about Vince McMahon coming back. And again, everybody loves Triple H. What good has he done for the company as an executive? He's brought a different perspective to the company. There's no doubt about that. But has the company really changed that much since he's taken over? If you didn't hear the announcement of him being CEO, could you tell that anything was different? They went to TV 14, whatever the fuck that meant. I don't think there's been a big difference, except maybe one time somebody said asshole or some bullshit like that. Like, there's not really that big of a difference, in my opinion. You know, they keep going. They went from PG to TV 14. They went from Vince McMahon to Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. But again, is there a big difference? Could you tell? I don't think so. There's not a big difference in the company. We're still in the same spot we were in when I was watching. It still sucks. It's still, they're still grasping at the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era to stars to bring them up because they can't build any new talent. I mean, we're still where we're at, really. The same mindless, boring content. Has it maybe gotten a little better at times? Yeah. I mean, is there still some good shit every once in a while? Yeah. But for the most part, it's boring. And even if the show was good, again, who's going to waste hours and hours of their time watching this shit? But at the end of the day, That's how they make money, people. That's how they make money with sponsorships and TV deals. And while the Attitude Era was great for the internet wrestling community, you know, and that type of content, it's not great for, you know, making money per se, because you're really catering to a niche audience. So at the end of the day, that's what you got to realize as a wrestling fan, or just as a person in general, and be like, you know, maybe I got to move on in my life. Maybe I got to mature in my life and stop giving a fuck about all this bullshit. And you know, start being a normal fucking person. Again, if you want to watch wrestling, I mean, I guess that's your prerogative. That's your opinion, but I just think it's stupid to devote so much of your time and energy. I mean, your time is valuable, people, to such a, you're not getting anything out of this. I mean, and again, we all have free time, right, in life. But again, to devote so much of your time to it, I don't understand it. So I don't like my videos going over 10 minutes, people. But because I'm kind of I guess I contradict myself. I rant on WWE taking up so much of people's time. So I like to keep my videos short and sweet to like 5 or 10 minutes. But this one I had to rant a little bit, people. So there you go, people. Let me know what you think about Vince McMahon and WWE in general. But there you go, people. There's my thoughts on that.